We're also in a partnership with the Oklahoma Museum of Natural History. The Permian pelycosaurs, things like amphibians and reptiles that go back to that 290 million years that they say. Now, what's funny about these specimens is most of them are highly concentrated in Oklahoma. Not all around the world. We have dinosaurs all over the world, but we only have Permian in select places. There's one tiny place in Europe, but most of them come out of the Archer County, Texas red beds, which I understand are underwater now, I think, right? They've flooded that with a lake. I don't know. I don't live here. I live in Seattle. You got to tell me. But the other place is the fissure fills in Richard Spur, Oklahoma. The highest concentration of Permian fossils, which are supposed to be 290 million years old and traveled 8,000 miles. Remember Pangea? All the continents were in one big landmass, right? And over 290 million years, it traveled 8,000 miles to where it is now in Oklahoma, but there's no scratches on them. So, yeah, how did that happen? How did that concentration happen? And we're pulling beautiful nerves out of these bones. The best nerves that we photographed have come out of these bones. So it's shocking. It's really shocking. But Oklahoma Museum of Natural History has thrown their doors open to us, and they've provided us with some fabulous specimens that we intend to work with and pull clots. We're seeing clots in these and nerves. Okay, here is a Dimetrodon bone that was polished part way. It was affixed to a slide, and then the whole thing was set in decal. So we decalcified away the bone that was sitting on top of this, and you see clot after clot after clot after clot after clot, right? And then you see the collagen fibers in here. Those are all the collagen fibers. And these little dots, those are the bone cells. So there's a lot of work to do, and we need helpers to help us do this. Here's another very interesting area of study, and that is when these bones permineralize. Remember I mentioned most of them are still bone, but sometimes they were infiltrated by a highly saturated solution of silica or quartz or other minerals, highly saturated solutions, and those evaporated and crystallized over time, and mineral replacement took place. So all the biological molecules were swapped, right, for minerals. So it's a hard rock. But we're finding that in the calcite, which is clear, calcite is clear, and in the calcite are suspended framboids and what might pass for red blood cells. So we're seeing all kinds of tissues preserved in clear rock. So it's got the same refractive index as our microscope objectives. So the clarity is unparalleled, and this is such an important area of study that the Microscopy Society of America a couple of years ago in their annual meeting called for papers for nothing but tissues preserved in calcite. So it's a very hot area of study that we're looking to get into. But here's a Haversian canal, and these are framboids. All those red iron framboids frozen in place in that calcite. Look at this beautiful swirl here along the canal wall. So this is the wall. You're looking down the canal. Here's the bone around the canal. You can see osteocytes in there. Those are all the little cells. And these are framboids suspended in calcite. So this is a very important area of study that we hope to develop and work with. Here's an osteocyte right here. You see the little filopodia sticking out. And look at the preservation of these. Those look exactly like red blood cells to me. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger. They're a little larger than RBCs. So I have a colleague in Southern California who often looks at my material, second pair of eyes, and so I send him a lot of decalcification slides, and he returned with this picture, and he said, well, here's osteocytes in here. They're pretty corroded. You can see a filopodia here. But then he said, there's this unknown fiber in here. That's not unknown. I know exactly what that is. That's a nerve. This could possibly be the world's first picture of a nerve in Dimetrodon. Right here. I can see the folding of the surrounding outer, covering, the epineurium and perineurium. So I recognize it. And he sent me several pictures like that. I don't know what these fibers are. I know what they are. Yeah. Here's the Haversian canal, blood products in there. Look at these beautiful osteocytes, all in Dimetrodon. Yeah? How can they be there?